welcome back to Chaotic Reunion. I'm Avier once again, and here we are in The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap after being away for over a month. Yes, we are back, and indeed, this game will continue as planned, and all enjoyment shall be had as we spin in circles. Last episode, we infused the white sword with the power of the elements so that we may split it in two whenever we have a charged attack. And in this episode, we are going to collect a few heart pieces before continuing our search for one of the next element. But to get a heart piece, I must meet you at Mount Krenel. So here we are back in Mount Krenel. If you go ahead and take the shortcut to the very right of the base, all the way to the top. Leave the map me. There we go. And inside this little cave, and you'll remember that we walked in here by accident before, but now we actually have a way to do this little part. So what we want to do is we want to tap. Oh, I didn't even do it properly. Is it all the way? I guess it's all the way across. My bad. I just misjudged it. It's alright. No need to prosecute. Anyway, if we head in here, there is a piece of heart waiting for us. Hooray! Now we have two pieces, and there's also this guy who we want to talk to. Believe not what the others tell you. I'm the true master swordsman of Hyrule. My name is Greyblade, and if you train with me, you will learn much. So, would you like to train here? Please. You will learn the amazing roll attack. First, roll with the control pad and R. Second, as soon as you get up. Third, scream "Hi-ya!" and swing your sword. That's all, young swordsman. Do you understand? And yes, he will take control of our body as the other one. Dude, this move is actually incredibly useful because it can give you a dash attack. This is something a lot of people actually miss when they're not going for 100% because it's actually not that obvious to come back up here. And well, we stole those rupees in the middle of that. Anyway, we got the Tiger Scroll! Hooray! We did it! And 50 more rupees, so that's 100 rupees in our pocket and a piece of heart, which is not bad at all. There's one more heart piece we're probably going to go for, and I'll meet you there in a second. I gotta go down and get it. So here we are back in North Hyrule Field. In case you're not aware, I am using a guide to get these. If you want a link to the guide, I will post it down below. We are trying to get 100%, so it's only fitting that I use this guide. And I want to be honest about my methods. I can't possibly remember this all, especially since this is one of the Zelda games I'm least familiar with. And most 2D ones I'm actually not too familiar with. But anyway, if we head down here, and down some stairs, there's a piece of heart! Hooray! Now we have 3, we just need to collect 1 more, which is just grand! Just grand. Alright, we can't do anything else in here because, well, in case you're not aware, I can't push this block with just 2 Miis. I need 3 Miis. Where could we possibly get 3 Miis? Well, how about if we get that element up in the top area? But, I know you're all upset with me, but we're not done heart piece hunting. This is what this episode's going to mostly be about, because we want to be as prepared as possible for the journey ahead. So I'll meet you with the next piece of heart. We're going to make this quick and efficient as possible. Recognize where we are in the town? Well, if we go ahead and head inside of this house, flip this over with a cane of Pocky, go ahead and shrink ourselves down. Oh, look at that. We haven't actually used vases yet with the cane of Pocky. You can note that this is going to open many, many more ways for us to turn Minish, which is just wonderful. So let's go ahead and exit down. That's right, even some human objects are portals to the Minish world. These Minish may not look like much, but they sure are crafty. That they are indeed, and there's Puppy. You gotta be careful when you're running around, you're awfully tiny, and not all dogs and cats are nice, like me, Woof. Some of them might even take a swipe at you, arf arf. We could fuse kinstones with him, but that's not my primary goal right now, especially since with how few kinstones we actually have at the moment, which is sad. Anyway, go ahead and climb up these vine up here. Keep making our way up. I believe there is an exit. There it is, right here, the place by the flowers. Head inside, turn big, and in this back room is another piece of heart. You completed a new heart container that makes 8 hearts already, which is grand! And if you think we're done hunting at this point, you're sorely mistaken. Or I'm mistaken. We are actually done hunting heart pieces for now. Because, well, we don't need them. We don't. And there's a puppy. Arf, arf, arf. And a man! Alright. This stuff being done, if you remember though, the swordsman said when we get a stronger sword, we should go visit him for another technique. I say we go ahead and do that immediately because new techniques are great and this one's actually useful. A new sword, fantastic! And you seem to have acquired new skills with it. Yes, I am ready to train you again, young swordsman. So, will you accept this new training? Yes. I will now teach you a technique called the Rock Breaker, so pay attention. First, swing your sword to bright spots. Actually, that's all there is, young swordsman. Do you understand? Yes, haha, good. If you had said you didn't understand, I would have serious doubts about you. Yes, but one must feel the technique, not just hear about it. That's why I will now possess your body as to demonstrate this technique. That is the secret swift blade possession technique of training. Watch this. Pro sei schon. And we can now break pots with our sword, which is great. Phew! Now you must try it yourself. Break the pots with your sword, that's all. Boop. We did it. Yes, fine work. Fantastic, even. I will now give you the Tiger Scroll. If you ever forget this technique, you can review it with the scroll. Also, you can advance text by pressing, like, the directions on the pad, which is accidental and oops. You learn the secret Rock Breaker fighting technique. Shatter pots and pulverize boulders with a single blow. We did it! And what else you get to do? Come again when you've learned to run like the wind. Huh, alright, we'll do that. And that is all we can do at the moment, because there's really not much else to say or do at this point. So let's go ahead and talk to Eslo. Only 2 elements remain. They must be in the places marked on your map by the Minish Elder. Why don't we take another look at that map? If memory serves me correctly, there should be a mark out in the westernmost edge of Castor Wilds. Alright, well, if we look at our map, there is indeed a thing here, but we don't know exactly what that is. So let's make our way there. Looks like there's no way to get over here, but we can use the town to make our way back to the Trilby Highlands and make our way south from there, which is grand. Alright. I'm so glad to be recording Zelda again. It was actually rather painful to say I'm not going to do Nintendo content. At this point, it. I mean, it's just too much of a hassle to worry about this stuff. And, like, if there were any money on the line, I obviously would do this, but I am doing this as a hobby, and I can just choose to not monetize this content, which is great. Anyway, I'm going to talk less about that because I've talked about this way too often, way too much, way too whiny. I'm going to move on with my life. Let's go ahead and climb up here and explore, which is great. That's what I love about this game and such. It's, again, I mentioned this in a past episode, but one of the cool things about doing a game that I'm not too familiar with is that I get to become familiar with it. I get to explore and see new areas, and I'm excited to do the other Zelda games. I'm mostly the 2D ones, especially. The only one that I'm more or less familiar with is A Link to the Past. The other ones I didn't really have handheld access for a long while. Never played Phantom. I played Phantom Hourglass. I never played Spirit Tracks. I played the season games, didn't get very far. I've played Link's Awakening, haven't beaten it. I've beaten Zelda 2, which I took as a challenge because people were like, it's the hardest game in the Zelda series, and I did that. Oh, hey, buddy. Hello, I am Percy, Poet Laureate of Hyrule. And you are Link? Oh, no, the pleasure is mine. I travel all over the realm, writing verse wherever I go. But here I am, returning after a long absence, only to find the road blocked. It would feel like such a waste if I hadn't lost half of my kinstone. When misfortune rains down upon my head, it pours in torrents. I think I may have dropped it in the inn I stayed at last night. I see no other course than to put these tragic events to verse. I see stars beyond the rainbow, but I cannot reach them. Though the stone I lost is small, large as was its place in my heart. So maybe that's something we'll have to do immediately, I imagine. What inn could he have stayed in? I got a kinstone piece! I did it! I did it, everyone! I got the kinstone piece. What inn could he have stayed in last night? I have no idea what inns are even around here at this point. There's rupees here and I want them. Well, let's go ahead and put this boulder over here so we have a shortcut. We don't have to take the long path through again and again and push that rock boulder thing every second. Eh? What a strange feeling. I sense something from the castle's direction. Or Or is it just me? Who's there? What, Bati? How did you get in here? What are you doing? Looks like you're all here. Very well. The King of Hyrule has words for you. You all know of the power of the Picori he gave to mankind, do you not? The golden light force of limitless magical power. I want it. It is somewhere here in Hyrule. Go now and bring me this power. Waste no time. Go forth at once and bring me the light force. Fling anyone who refuses into the dungeon. Him and his family, too. I will tolerate no disobedience. Now search high and low throughout the lands of Hyrule. Maybe it's just the wind. I hope nothing bad has happened. Anyway, we need to look for the next element. The map says it should be somewhere around here. Somewhere. Somewhere around here somewhere? Is that what that said? Or am I just misreading? Anyway, in the next episode of The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, we will go ahead and search for the next element in Castor Wilds. Because nothing bad has happened at all. Clearly not. We have no idea what's happening. Nothing happens, right? There's nothing happening in Castle? Nothing at all? No bad things? Nothing at all? Nothing at all! At all. I'm Javier Green, and I'll see you all in the next one.